Taylor Swift wasn't born famous. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm in rural Pennsylvania, just a normal kid. But even as a little girl, she was totally obsessed with music and songwriting. By age 12, she was performing at local fairs and festivals, strumming her guitar around Pennsylvania. Her family moved to Nashville when Taylor was 14 so she could really chase her dreams of being a star. She knocked on every record label's door trying to get signed, but kept getting rejected. After years of grind, Taylor finally caught her big break as a country artist in her early teens. In 2006, at just 16 years old, Taylor dropped her first single, Tim McGraw, a song she wrote all by herself. It was a smash hit on the country charts. A year later, her debut album Taylor Swift came out, full of emotional songs about high school romance. Critics couldn't believe how talented Taylor was as a songwriter so young. This small-town girl was destined for big things. Over the next few years, Taylor became country music's brightest new idol. Her second album, Fearless, destroyed records, winning Grammys and making her a household name. She brought country hits like Love Story and You Belong With Me to the mainstream. But Taylor had ambitions beyond country music. In 2012, she released Red, blending country and pop sounds. It became her first true blockbuster, with huge pop smashes like We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Taylor had successfully evolved from country darling to pop sensation. By 2014, Taylor went full pop icon with 1989. It dominated the charts with jams like Shake It Off and Blank Space. She packed stadiums worldwide, a long way from her modest country roots. The Nashville teen was now one of the biggest pop stars on the planet. As Taylor's star power went supernova, she found herself constantly tangled in celebrity feuds and tabloid controversy. Her squad of famous friends and very public relationships kept her in the gossip headlines. Taylor had explosive beefs with other A-listers like Katy Perry, Kanye West, and Nicki Minaj. Their back-and-forth shade-throwing online and in interviews fueled major pop culture drama. She got painted as the catty mean girl of pop. But Taylor fired back, saying she was judged way more than male stars for doing the same things. She refused to just let herself get disrespected. Still, the public saw Taylor as boy crazy and petty, unable to take a joke about herself. She slyly joked that there's a special place in hell for women who don't support each other. The drama followed Taylor non-stop. Amidst all the gossip, Taylor found her voice speaking out on political and social issues. She slammed sexual assault during her 2017 groping trial against a radio host. The experience lit a fire under Taylor to champion women's rights and the #MeToo movement. In the Trump era, Taylor began trashing Republicans and even endorsed Democratic candidates back home in Tennessee. She called out politicians against LGBTQ rights. When Taylor spoke, millions of her young fans listened up. Her 2020 Netflix documentary Miss Americana showed Taylor's journey from avoiding politics to becoming an outspoken liberal advocate. But taking sides sparked major backlash from conservatives, accusing her of pushing an agenda to impressionable fans. The times they were a-changin' for America's sweetheart. After years of dominating pop, Taylor returned to her singer-songwriter roots with her albums Folklore and Evermore in 2020. Written largely in isolation during COVID, their raw emotional songs marked a whole new indie direction that wowed critics. Older and tougher from her battles, Taylor's writing reached new depths of vulnerability. She found peace and creativity over chart success. Her 2021 re-recordings of albums she lost rights to were both therapy and defiance. Now firmly in her 30s, Taylor stood confidently in her voice and vision after growing up in public scrutiny. She still faced criticism about her love life and feuds, but the old Taylor who stayed silent was dead and gone. Nearly 20 years into her career, Taylor has cemented her place as a pop culture giant who reshaped stardom on her own terms. She's sold over 200 million albums and won almost every major award, including 10 Grammys. Beyond the hit songs, Taylor's openness about romance, sexism, mental health, and politics deeply connected with generations of fans. She gave voice to millennials and Gen Z coming of age. Of course, Taylor has plenty of critics too. Some say she plays the victim, stirs up drama for fame, and avoids taking the blame for her missteps. But her defiant spirit and emotional songwriting define the soundtrack of a generation, especially for young women. Taylor remains an inspiration, turning vulnerability into award-winning art and showing the power of having a voice. By bearing her own struggles, she made an indelible impact on music and culture. The triumphs and tribulations of her wild career will continue inspiring legions of fans around the world. Taylor Swift's roller coaster journey from country teen prodigy to pop icon was no fairy tale. She faced constant backlash, feuds, and scrutiny under the spotlight. But through raw honesty in her music, she touched generations growing up alongside her. Beyond just a celebrity, Taylor gave voice to young women coming of age, while paving the way for many more artists to come. Her willingness to spill her real truths empowered her fans to do the same. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.